Super cool radio.
Hey everyone, before we jump into the show, I want to tell you about our merch store on Threadless. Shop a wide variety of logos with multiple colors and sizes available for each design. Your support is greatly appreciated and helps us continue to make killer content like this episode. Please visit supercoolradio.threadless.com or the link in the description to shop now. Hello everyone! I'm Matthew Thomas. This is Super Cool Radio. Thank you so much for tuning in. Check this out. I got a great guest with me at this time. He is a guitarist and vocalist for melodic heavy metal band Mind of Fury. Please welcome Gheeyeh.
Hey, this is actually Gheeyeh.
Oh, my apologies. Thank you so much for hanging out with me.
Hey, that's fine. For a minute, I was, chocolate mink.
Well, I'm glad to have you on the show. So before we jump into everything, I know we got so much to discuss, but what music have you been listening to this week?
Well, to be honest, we have been listening a lot of what is coming next to the band, or the latest album. I've been working on it, and it's ready to go. We finished the mixing and mastering. So I've been listening to only that for a long time.
Well, right on. I was going to talk about it later, but since you are talking about it, so obviously Mind of Fury, you guys are working on a brand new album. So how has that process been? How has it been writing and recording the new album?
Well, it's been a long process. Actually, we released the album that we did before in 2019. And we were very busy working on that, playing a lot live, doing a lot of gigs and stuff like that. So it's been a process where you're like playing a lot live, and then anytime you have left, you just go in the studio and record the drums, stuff like that. Then go back, play other shows, get ready for that, and then do that. So it's been a long process. It's been like a year and a half or something since we started this project, but we're finally finished, so we're happy about that.
Well, I'm glad you guys are coming to the tail end of the album. Then obviously there's so much more. You obviously have to do like the artwork and the promoting and obviously distribution and all that. So I'm glad you're moving into the next phase of the album.
The never ending. And of course, as we speak, already starting to write some new tunes for what is coming next.
Nice.
So we're working all the time. That's basically it.
Oh yeah, you have to keep grinding. That's the thing. I know, obviously the process from like the last album was 2019, so you're working on this one, but then you also have to build for the future and what's next. It's definitely a never-ending cycle for any kind of music or entertainment.
Yeah, definitely. It's a lot of work, but you know what? It doesn't seem like it because it's something we enjoy doing. So it's all good.
For sure. So for the new album, can you give any hints like what people can expect from it?
Well, I think this album, actually, the name is 3 because it's the third album. It's Mind of Fury 3. We're 3 guys in the band, so it's a lot of 3 there's. Well, that's the title, but basically it's kind of extreme album in the sense of you have very powerful songs, and then some others are more melodic, more inclined into more hard rock than metal. And actually we have a ballad actually that it starts with acoustic guitars and stuff like that. So it has a lot. It's a lot of colors and a lot of textures, but it's definitely us. It's definitely heavy. It's definitely powerful, but it has more stuff than the other two albums had. You know, it's less narrow-minded. Maybe in the past we did like more balanced stuff. This one, I think it's pulling towards to be a little bit faster, but without sacrificing having, you know, a couple of other inclined to hard rock kind of stuff too. You know, more Van Halen kind of shit. And if you want to put a label on it, but definitely it's very, 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 very. It's the trend is that it's more fast and powerful than you know, hard rock.
Right.
But it's something that happens. It's not something that, okay, you know, now the next album is going to be like this. No. You know, it naturally happens like that.
No, I totally got you. And all great qualities in the new album. I definitely look forward to checking out. It sounds like it's going to be a little bit more of an evolution for Mind of Fury. You guys doing a little bit more different elements in there, throwing in you know, some more on the hard rock side. So I'm definitely very excited for it. And I know you just touched on this, but like the last album released in 2019, The Fire, you know, like did the critical response and feedback kind of influence the direction of the new album?
No, not at all. You know, I don't know. I'm in charge of writing the songs. I'm the guy that writes the songs. I write some of the songs with Mickey, the bass player. But I don't know. We haven't worked like that. Like, oh man, if you do a ballad, it's gonna be better for you guys, and you're gonna have more exposure. You're gonna be on TV. No, I did a ballad because I felt like it, and it's how it happened, you know. I don't know. Writing music, to me, it's something that is some kind of connection with some universal thing, you know. It's something that if you're, of course, if you're in a bad mood or something, nothing good is going to happen. You're going to be blocked. But if you have a good connection, or you're open, or you're feeling great, you will notice that every day something will come up. If you're jamming or improvising something, or, you know, playing the guitar, or maybe trying a different instrument like a keyboard or a rhythm, like, oh, that's a riff, man. And it's how it happens. It's not like, you know, oh, I'm going to write the best lyric in the world. And you start writing and it's like turning into his own, you know, it's like, so yeah, sadly that it didn't push the response of the other one. Didn't, you know, if you didn't translate into making this one, you know, it came naturally, and that's the way it is, you know.
Well, yeah, and I was just curious, you know, new question I've thrown in for later in this season, but I'm glad, and I think that the art and the music comes out better when you're not trying to be anything. You're just inspired to write certain lyrics, or write different guitar riffs or bass lines or whatever. It's a more natural process, and it makes better quality of music.
Yeah, you may say that. But anything that happens in our band, it's because we felt that it was the right thing to do. It felt that way when we were jamming on, or actually, you know, oh, I have this song, man, and it goes like this, and like that, yeah, and we start playing. It feels good, you know, and when you feel good, the people that you're playing for feel awesome. so that's the way it is. Definitely, but there's nothing premeditated.
For sure, and you know, obviously, mood is a very big thing for when writing music. Obviously, if you're in a better mood, it's more productive and stuff. Because if you're already going with a bad attitude and bad mood, it dampens the energy and everyone around you. Then you're not as productive sometimes. So always a good mindset to go in when doing things like that.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure. I know kind of went a little backwards, because obviously we're talking about what's currently going on for Mind of Fury, but I did want to talk about, so how did Mind of Fury come together as a band, and how did you come up with the name?
Okay. We came. Oh, well, that's a long story, but let's start when I came to the United States. That was like 10 years ago, almost. Yeah, October 2012. I came to the United States, and I contact Nick Marino. He's the keyboard player for Yngwie Malmsteen. So I started. I just, hey, I'm available to play. And he's like, yeah, I need a guitar player for my band. His band is NZM. So I work in an album with him and we wrote songs together. That album is called NZM Eternal Fire. It was released in 2014. So I did that album with him and we played a lot here in Florida, actually centered in Miami area. So after that, I come from Chile, and I was coming from a solo project. I was doing my own thing, so I was collaborating with his solo project, Nick Marino's project, and when you're collaborating and you feel that something is not what you would like to do, it's kind of hard. Like, hey, because you're not a band, you're like playing for somebody. So I don't know. I didn't feel right for me at the time. So I got out of NZM and I met Mickey. Mickey is bass player. Actually, I met him because we were auditioning bass players for NZM. So I meet him there and we got in contact. We start talking, and I joined a project that it was his with another drummer. And actually, well, I was with those guys for a year, and well, I'm a person of action, so they had like 4 songs, and I'm like, dude, you guys are talking about going on the road and all this shit, and come on, man, you have 4 songs. Really? That's not going to happen. Yeah, but the other guy, the drummer, was like, oh, man, we have 1,000. No, you don't have shit. You've been together for these 10 years and you still have 4 songs now. So I wrote 6 other songs to work with them. And when we got together to play, Mickey was on fire. We were playing together like crazy, and the other guy, the drummer, didn't have a clue, and he was so embarrassed and I told him, dude, I'm driving from Orlando to get together with you guys in Boca Raton, and you don't know the songs. You suck. Don't do that to me ever again. So I left. I came back home, and when I arrived, I saw in my phone that I have an email from him saying that he was firing me. So, okay, whatever. I found another drummer. That's Henry. He lives like 15 minutes away from me. So I called Mickey, dude, I found an awesome drummer. Would you like? Yeah, I would like to join. Fuck this motherfucker. So he was in, and we used those 4 songs that he wrote and my other 6 songs, and we did the Do or Die album. That was the first Minor Fury album. And that's how we started. Actually, the main idea of the band was that we're going to be like something like a quartet, 4 guys. Me on guitar, Mickey on bass, and Henry on drums. And we're going to have a lead singer. But that I started looking for a singer all around. Actually, I found a guy that was amazing, but he was told, he didn't have the how you say this, the discipline, be on time. It never worked. So I remember doing some demos, so the guys can see what was going to sound like. And they were like, dude, you know what? Sing. You're already singing in the demo, and you're doing a great job. So why don't you sing in the band? And it's better. It's only three of us. It's easier, and we get along so good. So fuck it, just take care of it. All right, because we were spending like I don't know 6 months without anything. So I finished the album. We released it, and that was I think by the end of 16, early 17, we did our first gig, and then we started working steadily and thinking about the next album. It's that how we are now. And I remember talking to Henry about it. So how we're gonna call our band? And I was thinking, dude, Do or Die, it's a good name. And they're like, yeah, maybe. And he's, some people are like, they're always trying to look around if somebody else has the name or the detail that just looking for a reason not to name the band Do or Die. So he found that in somewhere, I don't know, Washington or Philadelphia was a rap band or something that had that name. So I don't know. We were like brainstorming the names through the text, and suddenly Mind the Fury came in. So it's like, yeah, sounds good. So we named the band Mind the Fury, and that's how it was.
Right on. I really appreciate the backstory and history of Mind the Fury. For you, did you have any reservations about becoming the lead vocalist for Mind the Fury?
Well, of course, it's a pain in the ass. You have to be not just a good guitar player or just a good singer. You had to be a good frontman, and you had to, communicate with the people and make them move and reciprocate. And I already have that, but it's a pain in the ass because it's like, yeah, you're a fucking drummer. You warm up just to get on stage. I had to warm up to play, warm up my vocals, worry maybe not having some, worry about something that I ate that wasn't good or something like that, or be careful not to catch a cold or something. So yeah, it's a real pain in the ass. But you know what? Once I tried it and I felt the power of it, yeah, I'll do it anytime. I'll take that for a team.
No, right. I know. I was just curious because I know, obviously, as you said, there's a lot more you have to warm up, and obviously have to stay healthy. Because I've talked to guitar players. You can play a guitar while you're sick. It's harder when you have to use your voice.
Yeah,
to sing.
it's fucked up. Sometimes, for example, I'm a very active person when I'm on stage. But now that I sing, I have to be more in control what I'm doing. I don't have, I can't run from one side or the other. Meanwhile, I'm singing or trying to hit the high notes. It's like it's not going to happen. Got to be more conservative in that aspect. So you got to be a showman. You got to be a great singer. You have to remember all the lyrics and all that stuff. Be a good communicator, be entertaining. It's a lot of work. Actually, it's a lot of work. But it's fun and it's rewarding, and the guys are happy, so I'm happy too,
Oh, for sure. Obviously it is very rewarding, even, with all the hard work you guys go through. It is very rewarding, and obviously you still connect with the crowd and still have a great show, or, produce really great music that connects with people when they listen to it.
Yeah, and I use a headset, so I don't have to be, standing in just one spot. So I can be more, more visual of what I'm doing. And it's actually with my hair, you can not even see it. So it's cool. It's like probably like Ted Nugent.
Nice. I did not know that. That's actually pretty cool. Obviously, you can connect with the crowd, instead of being tethered to a mic stand that's only usually in the center of the stage, you can cover both sides if you really want to.
Yeah, that's what I do, basically. Because the problem was that I was, for example, singing on one side of the stage. And then when I did solos and stuff in guitar, I just went to the center. And every time I want to come back to sing, I wasn't on time or stuff like that. So this way, it doesn't matter wherever I am, I can sing back. You know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
very
exactly.
it's very comfortable, and I got used to it the way it looks. Actually, I don't know. I don't have any. I see the pictures. I don't know. It seems like I don't have anything. You know, it's a little piece black and it's covered with the hair. So I got that idea from watching a Winger video.
Nice.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah, but again, it's something unique, and it's also
Yeah, nobody uses it.
it benefits the band more than you just being with a mic stand.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Because we're
For
a
sure.
three-piece. It's not that we are, two guitars and drums and like Megadeth, you may think, and the other two guys are doing the visual stuff. It's not like that. It's three of us. So I'm always moving somewhere on stage or playing in the center on the left, or I change sides with Mickey. We do a lot of stuff together as well. So yeah, it gives you a lot of freedom, and actually nobody uses it. So it's kind of unique.
No, it definitely is. Out of all the bands I've interviewed, I've talked with, you're the only one who uses just a mic piece instead of the mic stand with the actual mic. So
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
something rarely used by bands.
Yeah, it's not very usual.
For sure.
I remember once I went to a gig and we are gonna do sound check, and the guy's like, "Oh, so where do you want your your mic stand?" Oh, no, I'm using the headset. Oh, we have a Garth Brooks in here, man. The guy on the console. All right, no problem. Bring the equipment here. They connected directly to the mixing board there in front of the stage. But it was cool, yeah. And it was perfect. The guy knew what he was doing, no feedback, nothing. It was great. Because the other engineer told him that he was a Garth Brooks. Hey, we have a Garth Brooks here, man. All right, cool. Send it in. I know exactly what to do.
Well, I'm glad he did know what to do. I know some sound people very particular about their stuff, so I'm glad he was really cool with it and knew what the proper things to do for a headset was.
Yeah, definitely. Because the problem is that you have a moving microphone.
Yep.
So you have so there are certain frequencies that if you don't know what you're doing, they're going to interfere, and you're going to have like a hellhole in there, like and stuff like that. So it's you have to be very careful with that. So yeah, actually,
for sure.
I don't like monitors. I have my in-ears, so I don't even use them. But Mickey uses it for a guitar or for vocal stuff like that. So every time I go to his side, it can be a problem. But we've been lucky lately. We've been good.
Well, I'm glad you guys haven't had any instances, and the sound has been very good. Because obviously, when it's not, it does it does ruin the show a little bit for the crowd. So I'm glad.
Definitely.
You guys.
Actually, not too long ago, maybe a year ago, we have a problem, and I just walk out of stage, and I have my wireless guitar. I was playing the song, and I came to the sound guy. I said, "You suck!" With my with my I'm playing the song like, dude, what the fuck? And people are looking at it and start laughing and shit. But it's, dude, how can you not tell that we have a lot of feedback? And come on, control that shit. So after that, I came back to stage, and it was gone. I felt sorry for the guy afterwards, but whatever. I told him during the sound check, dude, gotta take care of this. And it's very uncomfortable. You're playing there and you're trying to do your best, and you have like stuff like that. And people are looking to each other, and they're looking back. They know that it's not, the band's fault and shit. It's crazy,
Yeah, for sure, and unfortunately, it does dampen the show a little bit. But obviously, that's why people sound check. That's where you're supposed to get rid of all the issues and bugs. That's why it's a very important part, and that's why there's no crowd there, because that's where you work out all the issues.
Embarrassing.
Exactly. I've seen quite a few not so great sound checks, but then they get it figured out, and the show goes off very well. But that's why you need to sound check. So since we are talking about live shows, so for you, do you have a favorite song to perform live?
Well, yeah. The I actually like to perform them all, but the ones that I really like are probably, well, they're definitely they're like this "Let Me Fly," that it's one of our singles that everybody likes, and it has that grooving thing, so people engage very easily. Holding On, that it was our first single, that it's more like a hard rock song, and people are singing the chorus immediately, even though they don't know the song. 10 Feet Under is another great one that it has like after the solo or before, no, after the solo, no, before the solo. It has a part where we do like an engagement thing with Mickey playing the bass and the crowd. You know, like do 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 do, you know, hey hey, all that stuff. It's very cool, you know. But definitely, we worked a lot on our set and our music, so it makes like the journey very comfortable and very likable for us to play. You know, it feels good. But yeah, those probably are the songs that I enjoy the most playing live. And well,
That
now we have a new batch of songs, so we're preparing an hour and a half set now. So when we headline, we can play longer sets, play more music. So probably we're gonna have a new favorites there too.
Oh, that is really awesome to hear. And it definitely, anytime you can really get the crowd into it and you can really engage with them, those are the songs that, like, obviously people really enjoy, but also it makes it more enjoyable for you guys to see the reaction of the crowd.
Yeah, definitely. And something that I said to them too when we were playing live and we have the crowd there, it's like, dude, this is not just us playing for you guys. This is something we do together, you know. So the crazier you get, the best the show, the better we're gonna play, and the better the show is gonna be. It's something like, it has to be like a feedback thing. So, and that's what makes a great show for the band and for the people, I think. Because if you think about it, if you're going to, let's say, Metallica show, even though you're probably in the last row of a stadium up there, Metallica is playing for you, man. Have you ever thought about that? Or let's say some other band, now the Pantera, is going to be on the road. Pantera is playing for you. Have you ever thought about that? That's the thing.
That's actually a really great perspective, and one actually I never really considered too. It's like they're performing for everyone in the building, wherever they are in the venue. They're performing for everybody. That's a really good take. I like that.
Yeah. So it's like, oh man, but you're gonna get a ticket. And you're so far, you're not gonna even, dude. Doesn't matter. They're playing for you. It's a unique experience because probably the next day they're gonna play in maybe a different set or something. And they're gonna play some other songs or stuff, and they're not gonna play for you. Even if you get a DVD or watching on YouTube, it's not the same. You're in the same building. You're in the same. The vibe is there. You know, so it's what it's all about. Music. When you see live music and you engage with the band, that's where the magic happens.
Definitely, for sure. It's a connection with the people while performing live. It's truly amazing, and it's always a great experience to see that connection, also to hear the music live and to interact with the crowd. Always really cool.
Yeah, definitely. That's what is all about.
Exactly. As I'm wrapping up this interview, had a really great time chatting with you. Thank you so much for your time. So, what are the plans for Mind and Fury for next year, 2023?
Well, start performing as much as we can. Probably we're going to start around here in Florida and then spreading out, maybe do some festivals as well. We did Rocklahoma in 2018 for the first time, 2018, and the last time was 2021. We have been there in the stage and playing for big crowds and stuff like that. So probably going to repeat that again. And definitely trying to do as best as we can and move forward. Try to make it,
Right on.
and keep on working on the new one. Well, the new one is almost is done. That's writing new material for what's coming next, but promoting the other one as well. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff coming on. It's a lot of work. Actually, one of the plans is maybe record the live performance as a headliner, so we can have like a DVD thing. But maybe, well, nowadays the DVD doesn't work, so probably like a YouTube special, so we can throw singles, every month from the live performance, and then by the end of the cycle, have a whole set list up in YouTube and promote that too as well. So the project is basically, work with 4K cameras and have a very nice, a nice live video, so we can engage with our fans more and people know more of our material and songs and stuff like that.
Well, I really like that. I do hope all of that works out for you guys, because I know that would be really awesome. I definitely look forward to listening to the new album, and hopefully I get a chance to see you guys live, because I know I think you guys put on a really good show, and I definitely look forward to seeing it.
Okay, cool. Thank you, man.
Of course. So last thing as I wrap up, if anyone's interested, where can they find Mind of Fury online?
Well, definitely. Well, they can find us anywhere. If you go to Google and you just put there Mind of Fury Band, you will find our Facebook page, that is Mind of Fury Band, our website, mindoffuryband.com, our Instagram, Mind of Fury Band, on Instagram, and YouTube, the same thing, and Spotify, and I don't know if iTunes is still out there, but we know that we have that too. TuneCore, or what's the other one? Tidal, Google Play, Apple Music. So whatever, YouTube Music, whatever your favorite app for listening to music, Mind of Fury is there. So I recommend you guys to look for our band. And actually, we have a Spring Tea, I think is the name, Teespring website as well, where it says Mind of Fury official gear, stuff like that, I think it says. So where you can find T-shirts and all the cool stuff, the purses for the ladies, pillowcases, case for your cell phone, stuff like that. Very cool shit. And I think we're gonna develop baseball caps like you're wearing now, but with the logo, the different models and stuff like that. So yeah.
Well, very cool. I will definitely drop some links for all things Mind of Fury in the description of this podcast as well. Gheeyeh, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I had a great time chatting with you.
Yeah. Gheeyeh!
So for Gheeyeh, Mind of Fury, I'm your host as always, Matthew Thomas. Thank you so much for watching and listening to Super Cool Radio. And remember, stay frosty.
Yes, stay frosty.